Hi there, and welcome to this week's vlog. Thanks, as always, for joining me. One of the people I follow on Facebook is a lady called Sally McClung. Now, Sally was married for many years to her husband Floyd, and Floyd suffered a serious illness, and for some years, I think he was laid out on a hospital bed, unable to communicate. Not only that, but Sally herself was diagnosed with cancer. Floyd sadly died, I think, a couple of years ago. Sally is still going through that time of treatment and illness, but she writes regular updates on her Facebook page, and she is a remarkable lady of faith, finding such strength in her faith, in her relationship with Jesus, and such an inspiration, even though she's not had it easy for a long time. And I love to read her updates and to be encouraged by them. And recently she shared a prayer that had been sent to her that was originally from a gentleman called George Matheson. George Matheson was born 1842, died 1906. He wrote a hymn which has become very well known, and I'm going to share that with you in a little while. But I thought before I share this prayer that Sally McClung had put on her Facebook page, I thought I'd find out a little bit about George Matheson. George Matheson was a Scotsman. He was engaged to be married, but then discovered not long before he was to be married to his fiancée that he had an incurable eye disease and that he was going blind. And the sad thing is that when he told his fiancée that he was going blind, she said, "I can't live with a blind husband." And so she called off the engagement. So they weren't married. And that must have been a terrible blow to him, not only the shock of discovering that he was going blind, but also the shock of his fiancée turning away from him and him being left alone. He actually became a church minister despite the fact that he went blind in his 20th year, and he wrote hymns, one of which was the famous hymn, "O Love That Will Not Let Me Go." We used to have, when I was minister here in Doncaster in the town centre, we used to have a weekly lunchtime service, and one of the gentlemen who used to come to that lunchtime service, he was a Welshman, but he used to love, as his favourite hymn, this hymn, "O Love That Will Not Let Me Go." So I want to read that to you, that hymn, but first the prayer that Sally McClung put on her Facebook page, which really, in a sense, is very linked with the hymn, but it's a prayer to God, and let me just read it to you, and I'm hoping that it will speak to you as it spoke to me. Dear Lord, you have made waiting beautiful and patience divine. You have taught us that your will should be accepted because it is your will. You have revealed to us that a person may see nothing but sorrow in his cup, yet still be willing to drink it because of a conviction that your eyes see further than his own. Father, give me your divine power, the power of Gethsemane. Give me the strength to wait for hope, to look through the window when there are no stars. Even when my joy is gone, give me the strength to stand victoriously in the darkest night and say to my Heavenly Father, the sun still shines. I have reached the point of greatest strength once I have learned to wait in hope. Isn't that a wonderful prayer, an expression of trust in God, even when there seems to be no human reason for hope, to realize that our hope is there, even when we cannot see it, to express such faith in God. And he himself went through some tough times, really tough times, and yet his faith was strong. And that's what leads me to that hymn. Now, of course, it was written a long time ago. The language is a little bit antiquated, but I think we can still grab the point. O love that wilt not let me go, I rest my weary soul in thee. I give thee back the life I owe, that in thine ocean depths its flow may richer, fuller be. O light that followest all my way, I yield my flickering torch to thee. My heart restores its borrowed ray, that in thy sunshine's blaze its day may brighter, fairer be. O joy that seekest me through pain, I cannot close my heart to thee. I trace the rainbow through the rain, I love that line, and feel the promise is not vain, that morn shall tearless be. O cross that liftest up my head, I dare not ask to fly from thee. I lay in dust life's glory dead, and from the ground there blossoms red life that shall endless be. As I say, it's antiquated language, but an expression of such hope and trust that whatever we go through now, whatever we experience, whatever hard times, despair, despondency, whatever dark clouds are overhead, there's always that hope and that trust and that belief that those clouds will part one day. The darkness will go, the light will shine. We will be in the very presence of God if our faith, our trust is in Jesus Christ. So hope that those words from George Matheson, written all that long ago, can speak to us today. God bless you. Thank you so much, as always, for listening today.